So you're going to have a decade of goodness if you can survive 25. But why is it going to be hard? Simple. Interest rates are going to average 7%. First-time home buyers are going to have a hell of a time buying. Move-up buyers are still going to not move. They're going to buy bunk beds. The only stuff that will transact is need to sell, motivated sellers. And there's just not a lot of them. We're going to have a conversation about California real estate. There are lots of odd things happening now if you are not paying attention. We will unfortunately talk about some disgusting behavior happening right now in Southern California around lots. Unfortunately, I called this disgusting behavior, and it's happening. Second, we will talk about growing days on market and price points. Finally, we will talk about what is going on with inbound leads and why that is a sign of stress. And we will close with what happens next. Adrian, welcome to the show, buddy. What's going on?
What's going on, everybody? Good to see you, Zuber. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. You were down for the count. Your family caught a little bug there for a minute. Then you were off moving and grooving. But we're going to see each other this weekend, so that should be a lot of fun in Vegas.
Very excited. And for those of you that are going to be there, looking forward to seeing you all. Let's go.
Yes. Well, let's get the unfortunate part of this discussion out of the way. Also recognize that both you and I called something, the week after the Southern California fires. And unfortunately, this is, I don't know what to call it, unscrupulous individuals reaching out to families who lost everything and trying to scoop up lots for dirt cheap. It appears that is happening. Is that correct?
The vultures are preying. They're out, and unfortunately, we are seeing it. You can hear me, right?
Yep, you sound great.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate on what's going on, and we called it, right. We saw what was we saw the unfortunate impact, and now there are people coming in. You have these new Google ad companies that are literally just hovering around that area. You have cold callers that are poaching that area. Like it's absolutely insane. So we do a lot of inbound marketing. And so we recently got a call from a gentleman who owns a double lot in Arcadia, wants to sell it. And he was explaining to us the story of all of the, I don't even know what we would call them. I want to watch my language, right? But the vultures that are just anyway, so yeah. What's the word for it that they're using in the news?
We'll just call them vultures for now, just because there's lots of things I want to call them, but none of them are PG. So
none of them are made for YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. YouTube would demonetize the video. But yeah, this is, it's disgusting what's happening. These people have nothing. They're probably hurting, and they're getting offered, pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
For lots, and some of them are taking it. I've heard of folks selling lots for ridiculous price. But so here's the big picture. Let me tell you what's happening right now, and let me paint the picture of 18 months from now. So you guys might think that there's just these little individual vultures going around with these Facebook ads and cold callers. No. These are monster organizations. These are big funds. And their goal, and their only goal, is to land bank lots as fast as they can. And then what will happen in 18 months is these 5, 6, 7 largest land banks will get together, and they will start trading lots. Like, hey, I got 2 over here. I got 4 here. It's the monopoly board, right? I want a monopoly on yellow. I want a monopoly board on green. I want them. So they're just running out and buying as many lots as they can for the next 18 months. Then these cronies will get together in the Bahamas or the Virgin Islands or some other freaking luxury spot, and they will literally trade lots so they can have monopolies and develop it. That's what is happening right before our eyes, and it's sad and it's disgusting.
It's
yuck.
The speculators. So the word I was pulling up, if they had removed a ban, so they had formed a ban in all fire areas where you technically cannot buy anything, right?
No, you technically can't offer, right? If the seller calls you and they want it, then you can buy it. That was the subtle language. Yeah.
Unsolicited, right? But that ban is the ban was removed.
It's over, dude. It's been 45 days. It was like a 45-day ban. It's done.
So they're all still, and what's even worse is that they're using fear to get the prices even lower. They're using, no, California is going to take it. The governor's taking your lot. You sell to us now or you get nothing. And for any of you guys that are listening to this, if you know anybody doing this, guys, just stop. Yes, it is the big institutions, but I'm also seeing wholesalers, Zuber. I'm also seeing these wholesalers that are in other states pulling lists, cold calling like crazy, hovering Google ads, right? An extreme amount of mailers. This guy that I was talking to, his parents have a stack of mailers, a stack within the last week and a half. That's insane. It's insanity. But
I believe in karma.
I was going there.
These folks will get theirs. Something's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But again, at the end of the day, the goal of all this is the people that are buying these lots have no interest in the individual lot. They simply want to collect monopoly spots so that at some point in the near future, being 18 to 24 months, they sit around some big mahogany table smoking cigars and they're trading lots like monopoly cards. That's exactly what they're going to do. It's disgusting.
And I don't know. I'm going conspiracy theorist to it so tiny. So everyone stay with me just a little bit, right?
Go for it.
The Olympics is in California pretty soon, isn't it?
28, I think. Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
There we go.
So
enough said.
Let's shift gears. And so with that, a lot of people think, well, the people in the fire areas that are in Los Angeles are going to come to Orange County and we're going to see this price increase. We're going to see this low days on market. For everybody that's in those markets right now where you're thinking that has not happened yet.
That is wild because
we're not seeing that yet.
I heard somebody say there's 200,000 people displaced. That's what I heard. 200, 300,000. They need new places to live. Now, I don't know what the percentage is, but I'm going to go with 50% of that 200,000 is well-off individuals who are not price sensitive. Right. It's funny because when you look at LA listings, and I got this off Twitter. I think I got this actually from Sacramento Appraiser. I wish I remembered his name. But he posted on Twitter LA's new listings, and you could see January price shoot up like 15%. Now that's just listings, right? Listings spiked crazy. But it seems like what you're telling me is the listings have not sparked activity or buying is what I think you're saying.
No, we're not seeing. I mean, I don't know of anybody in those areas that have been paid out. The Arcadia areas, those are the working class. I don't see that happening for a little while. They're going to get hit the hardest. People in the Hollywood Hills area, people in the Pacific Palisades, where I had quite a few friends there. Even them, it's a little bit different. They're also not going to pay 30% over market value. Yeah. Right. And that's the idea is that, yes, we have new listings. Yes, there's a lot of listings on the market, but a lot of them are also trying to price gouge. You see rentals that were $5,000 taken off the market a week after the fire and put back on at $35,000.
Jeez.
$30,000 more. I mean, come on, guys. People also aren't stupid. So we haven't seen it yet. I mean, or have there been some houses that have sold here because of that? I mean, yes, of course, right? But we haven't seen that. And how do we know that? Is because we do a lot of inbound. The amount of inbound calls that we get right now that are related to their houses being on the market for a long period of time and they're over the weight, just give me an offer, right? That we've never seen a spike in that source in the last.
Yeah, so let's play with that. Again, let's poke at that. Again, I think this is happening across the country. And again, you know this, but for the audience watching, I think 2024 is the last hard year for real estate, right? Or 2025, excuse me. 2025 is the last hard year. And how do I know? What's a sign of that? Exactly what you just said. There are people that are interested in selling. Maybe they started as want to sell, but they have traversed to need to sell.
Correct.
And their properties aren't getting a look. So what do? They reach out to people like you who have billboards and ads and all of this and going, hey, dude, I already bought a spot in Miami. I bought a spot in Austin. I'm out. Give me a number. And the other thing that's happening is, again, I'm talking to other folks like you. The number of people who have free and clear houses that are calling to get cashed out is way up.
Every single appointment we've went on in the last week are free and clear. This was not rehearsed, by the way. They're all free and clear. I'm not coming. We don't owe anything. We have a tax lien. We have an HOA. HOA's foreclosing on us because we have no money, but we don't owe anything on the house.
Yeah, this is what's happening. So these people have gone from want to sell, hope to sell, to need to sell. So they're going to take a lower price. They're going to get cashed out in 10 to 12 days. They will be happy and on their merry way, and you will get a discount because you can pay cash. It's just that's how you have one last hard year. Because again, the average buyer, it doesn't make sense to buy a home at 7% mortgage rates. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah. No, I as you say that, I can see that. Now, why do you say last hard year? Because do you then see us going into you see that market? Then help me understand that, please.
So what I mean by last hard year, and this is, again, it's a national call. There will be some markets that are immune to this. But in 2024, we had 4.06 million existing home sales. I believe 2025 will come in sub 4 million. So again, if you're in the real estate game, it's the last hard year and the worst year, right? We've gone from 6.6 million to 3.8, 3.9 million.
Right.
For the next decade, every year will be better than the year before. So you're going to have a decade of goodness if you can survive 25. But why is it going to be hard? Simple. Interest rates are going to average 7%. First-time home buyers are going to have a hell of a time buying. Move-up buyers are still going to not move. They're going to buy bunk beds. The only stuff that will transact is need to sell, motivated sellers. And there's just not a lot of them.
Yeah.
So that's where
everything
we are.
Said connects with what we're seeing. So
you got 10 more months. Now, here's the deal.
Wow.
Here's the point. And I actually said this to Ryan Pineda the other day. I said, Ryan, 2025 is going to suck for almost everybody except investors who know how to buy, who are patient, who can farm for motivated sellers. We are going to kill it. We are going to crush it. We are going to do lifetime opportunities. And I'll give you a perfect example. Just the latest example that came to me the day before yesterday. His name is Owie and his wife's name is Ann. They were shopping to buy a triplex. Their buy box had a triplex pop up for $450. It was overpriced. They followed it. It was on the market for a year. The sellers had a price drop from $450 to $375. Pretty significant price drop. Owie, doing what I recommend, wrote up a disrespectful offer because he assumed there was some motivation.
Right.
At $225. $225. After lots of back and forth, he buys it for $242.
They start at $450 and they sell it to him for $242.
Because he is a must sell, and my boy, Owie and Ann, did the work, followed up, negotiated. Investors are going to crush it in 2025 if they do the work.
That is awesome. That's good. That's awesome. Case closed.
It's that simple. Yeah, it's close. But again, that's what's happening, right? When you're getting all these inbound. So the thing I hope for you is all these inbound calls. Your team probably has a model. Let's just pick an inbound call was listed at 800. Let's just say for a minute, not selling. He calls in and says, give me a cash offer. Your models might say we could pay $675. I'm just picking numbers. What I would tell you to do in this market, because again, 2025 is going to be hard because you still got to get out of that.
Right.
Is you got to be more aggressive, buddy. You better offer 6.25, 6. Because again, you're going to have so many opportunities of these inbound calls. You can't and frankly shouldn't buy them all.
Right.
So that is my advice. Be more selective, be more aggressive. And again, if they can't sell, if that number doesn't work for them, it's okay. Move on to the next one.
Right. That is so good. That is so good. And we, it's funny because we'll take certain contracts that are like right there. and we're having the hardest time selling them, right?
Don't
Hardest
do
time
it. This is
selling
not the
them.
market. This is not
It's
the
because
market.
of that.
Carrying
Yeah.
cost and all of it. You've got to take the model and adjust it down. It is better. Like, let's say with the current models in place, you would get 10 transactions in 45 days. I'm just making this shit up.
Right.
You should probably only get 6. Right? Because again, you still have to get out of them. You have to dispo those. You got to make sure there's enough room. You got the carrying cost. You still have first-time home buyers and all these people struggling with 7% rates. So don't get got. Like, let the 4 skinny deals go and go get the 6 monsters.
You guys, if you haven't subscribed to One Red at a Time, I don't know what you're doing. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much.
I appreciate
you,
We'll
Super. Let's go.
Yeah. We're going to be in Vegas. I love that. I look forward to seeing you again. So just bring that positive energy, that Adrian Hernandez vibe, and it's going to be electric.
I got it.
All right, buddy.
I'm going straight
Take
to
care
bed.
of yourself. Exactly. Later.
Right on.